Getting a job can be as simple as a one-off spell, lighting a green candle, getting some cinnamon oil, basil, writing out a petition of how much money you want to earn, imagining that you're already there earning it, what it feels like to actually use and spend the money that you've got from this job, and then throwing it out there to the universe and letting go of the lust for the result and being able to then get the job at some stage, hopefully in the near future. And if a quick fix job is all you need, a one-off spell is perfect for that. But if you're looking for something that's more fulfilling, then you may need to do a little bit more of a strategic plan. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. Hi, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, and if you're new to the channel and you want to become a witch or a Wiccan, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. When it comes to your career or your job, you're going to be spending a lot of time there doing it. And you kind of most likely are going to want, not kind of at all, you're going to want really to enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the people that you're working with, and also to have the money that you want to have and the hours that you'd like to work, ideally. And why not? And also, why not use magic to help you get there? Okay? Using magic to help you in your career is using magic as a tool in your toolkit of competitive advantage. It gives you a competitive advantage over people who may not use magic, right? But it's just another tool in your toolkit. Don't rely on the magic to do all of the work for you, because it's a strategy that you have to cooperate with in the mundane world, which means you have to take action in the real world to be able to bring these things to you, as much as you need to also take magical action. When it comes to the job market, you know, it's competitive. And if you are a competitive person, then you know that you have to dress a certain way, you have to speak a certain way, your resume's got to be able to market you in a certain way. And people who understand the nature of competition and having advantage over other people that they're competing with will make sure that their resume is awesome, that they've got the most advantage that they can have over the other candidates using normal means. So that means they'll dress a certain way, they'll be totally fluent with all of the questions that could possibly ever be asked of them. They've got the perfect answers to give in response, and they've really groomed themselves for that advantage. Using magic to help you with this is just adding another competitive advantage. The same way having an awesome resume adds a competitive advantage. So don't be concerned about using magic to help you in your career, because it's just part of the mix of getting your life looking the way you want it to look. So, having said that, yes, of course, you can do a one-off spell. And a one-off spell is probably going to bring you a job too. It generally does. But if you're going to do a one-off spell, you're going to find that that job may not necessarily be what you want exactly, that there could be aspects about that job that aren't suitable for you because you haven't sat down and really thought about what it is that you're wanting. And when it comes to doing something you really want to do, it may be a case of having to do other steps along the way in order to help you get there too. So a one-off spell will bring you a job, and if you need money in the short term, then certainly do a one-off spell so that you can bring that income into your life. But while you've got that job, if it's not something that you're happy with, then you can start using a strategy to help you find the type of job that you are wanting to do. And step number one with that is to understand what it is that you actually really want to be doing and being honest with yourself about it. Even if it defies what you've been told you should want, it's got to be about what you want. So really look at what you want to be doing with your time, career-wise. And forget about what other people have said to you. Forget about what you think you should want, what you've been told you should want, and really understand what it is that you're actually really wanting. Because your career could be part of it's part of your path, right? It gives you opportunities to learn about yourself. It gives you opportunities to be able to interact with other people and learn things about yourself and the world. So your career path is a really important part of your life, and not just because of the things opportunities it gives you to learn about yourself, it's also because you're going to be spending most of your time doing it, so you need to be doing something that's pleasant to you. So once you understand what it is you're really wanting and you've written it all down, you need to understand what your mental blocks might be to getting it, because your mental blocks will stop you from taking action. No matter what the magic brings to you, you won't take action on it because you'll have this resistance, and once you meet with resistance, you won't take action. So if there's any negative thoughts, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, people like me, people like us can't do this, blah, 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 do some shadow work around these issues, around these beliefs. Do a magical ritual with these beliefs. I've got a ritual about how you can use your affirmation to help remove negative thoughts. Get in there and do that work to make sure that you really are mentally on track with what it is you want. The next step is to do a road opening spell. A road opening spell will clear the road to help you bring in opportunities that are related to this career move, and that'll bring the opportunities to you. It'll also bring you to the opportunities. So it'll bring opportunities to your awareness so that you can then choose how you're going to act on them. Now at this point, you may find that maybe what you're really wanting to do requires you to maybe study, in which case you have to look at your learning options. Is this career something you could actually learn on the job, that you don't necessarily need to go to uni for or to do a course for, that maybe you could actually learn on the job? Or maybe if you were employed in a certain sector, they may actually pay for the tuition fees for you. Because ideally what you want is to actually be paid to learn rather than paying to learn in this kind of a situation. So really have a think about how you could actually learn on the job, even if that means going into a business that you may not necessarily ideally want to work for in the long term, but that's an opportunity maybe for you to get the training first. So think of all of your options at this stage. Open the road, allow these options to come to you, weigh them up, see what you're wanting to do, what you need to do to move forward, and then start working on putting yourself out there, putting your resume out there. So do your research. What makes a good resume? How do you market yourself on paper? What's marketing language like? Understand a bit of copywriting. Copywriting or sales copy is what marketers use to be able to communicate to people what their product can do for them. You need to understand that language in order to have a really, really good resume, because the resume writers, the professionals out there, will write your resume using sales copy. So do some research or get somebody to write your resume out for you professionally if you've got the money to do that, because you want your resume to be absolutely awesome, okay, in the physical, so to speak. What you're going to do with your resume, of course, is also throw some magic onto it as well to give it that extra oomph and to push it out there having an extra advantage. So it's not just that it's a great resume, it's also that it's got some enchantment around it to actually make it just that extra bit better as a resume. You could work with Mercury for this, for communication. And if you're wanting to have a little bit of enchantment on your resume to make it more appealing to people, then you might want to work with some energy belonging to Venus, Aphrodite, just to give it that nice, sweet, alluring, attractive element to it as well. So really think about how you're wanting your resume to come across. Do your spells on your hard copy resume. You draw symbols, use oils, use herbs. Make sure then that you put that resume somewhere in a sacred place. So you might want to put it in a folder or somewhere that's sacred. Or pop it in your book of shadows if you've got a big enough book of shadows. Keep it somewhere that is away from your everyday viewing, but also somewhere safe and sacred. You're the only person who's going to see this copy of your resume, okay? It's going to be kept on with you, and you're the only person who's going to see it. When it comes to actually sending your resume out to people, so electronically, most likely, then you want to, every time you send it out, you imagine that you're actually sending the enchanted copy out. Okay, so you're seeing the send button. It's the enchanted copy that you're sending out into the world in your mind. Okay, so energetically, you're taking the energy of your enchanted copy and you're applying it to the universal energy, even though the resume you're sending out is just a normal, everyday, boring looking resume. The same with any other hard copies that you may use, that you may take to an interview. Again, they are going to be nice, spick, span, clean, run-of-the-mill resumes. You're going to imagine in your imagination and energetically on the astral connect them to your resume that you've got stashed away somewhere nice and sacred. So you're always thinking of that connection. So that's your resume. Let it do its thing. Let the opportunities come to you. Take the opportunities. You can weigh some opportunities up and decide whether you're going to what you're going to proceed with, what you're not going to proceed with. Spend your time doing that. You don't have to take everything that comes to you at once. Okay, so things may start coming left, right, and center. You don't have to take each opportunity. Okay, you can pick and choose what the magic brings you. Okay, so if you decide that you're going to go for a job interview with something, then that's the next strategy of your magic. You want to make sure that your job interview is absolutely awesome and that you're awesome for your job interview. So you're going to make sure you look the way you need to look for that particular organisation. You need to make sure that you have an idea of the type of questions they may be asking you for your interview. So you want to make sure that you've got really good responses to interview questions. You've got awesome examples of how you can prove that you've met this challenge before in your past, and that you can, this is how you handled it, and just look how wonderful I was when I did it, kind of thing. And chant yourself again to make you stand out more and more attractive to your potential employers. And you're wanting them to see you as professionally attractive. So I'm not talking about being sexually attractive. I'm talking about being professionally attractive for that job. So again, you can work with the energies of Aphrodite, you could work with Venus, or any of the deities that help with that more attractive quality. And do that with each interview that you do. And then you can pick and choose then, when the offers start coming in, which one do I want to take? You could do some divination to find out which option might be the best one for you to take at the time as well. And use this strategy each time you work your way through your career moves. So you may start at the bottom of a company, and each time you want to have a promotion or take that next step, or you want to transition to maybe another area, then you can use this magic all over again to help you do that. So try that and see how you go. If you want to know a little bit more about strategy, I do have a free PDF called Spellcaster Checklist. It goes through some of these steps and how you can be more strategic with your spell casting. The link to that is below this video. If you like the video, hit the like button. Don't forget to share it with your friends and comment. And I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. I'll see you on the next video. Blessed be.